All right, so it is actually Friday, meaning I have today, tomorrow, and Sunday as the end of phase 2. But of course, as normal with these check-in weeks, we're going to start at the beginning of my exercise week, which is Tuesday, and then show you sort of what I did this week as far as exercise. But before we even start that, I want to say I failed this week. I did get to Maryland. I'm in Maryland right now. So a lot of the videos you're seeing is just me catching up on my travel videos getting here. So I'm already in Maryland. Unfortunately, a lot of people are like, oh, you're almost in Denver. And I'm like, no, nowhere near Denver. Haven't been near Denver in a while. So those are in the process of catching up, just so I can show you guys my journey here. But I am already in Maryland. And long story short, I had to kind of get myself together, figure out where I was going to be doing my exercise videos, and get to the storage unit and start to organize that, which will all come out as I catch up on my travel videos and my arrival videos. But the important thing that I want to report on for this week is that I missed exercising yesterday, and I haven't missed a day since I started the journey. And it's a recovery week, so luckily today the only thing on the schedule was yoga, and I had this debate and ended up reaching out to my coach, who was actually like my Beachbody coach, which is actually one of my subscribers. And I was trying to really figure out how to make up the fact that I had screwed up. It had gotten too late. I didn't have anywhere I could go where I could safely go outside and exercise, because I would exercise in the dark. I've done it before, but I didn't have a place to go. And so I had to make a decision. And what I decided is I'm going to double up today, which is Friday. And then, I can't think of any. I'm going to double up today, which is Friday. So I'm going to do Kempo and my yoga. And then I'm going to finish out the rest of the week as normal, which is only 2 more days. It's Saturday and Sunday. And then Sunday is going to be a weigh-in day. So by the time we get to the end of this video, it'll be a weigh-in day. But that's why my little weekly lineup is going to look a little bit different this week, because this week I failed. I missed a day. I didn't quite get out to where, and I have it on my schedule every day. Like, this is something I need to check off as done. And there is a lot going on in my head, a lot having to do with getting here, getting settled, getting to the storage unit, some emotional stuff that was going on, and stuff got in the way and ended up missing a day. And so I'm just going to try to make it up, because for me, I'll feel more in balance if I just double up today, catch up the rest of the week, let the other 2 days be normal, and then start phase 3, which will be the last phase of P90X, on time, as it were. It'll just make me feel better. I'm a little bit neurotic like that. It's funny, I'm not neurotic about certain things, and then I'm very neurotic about other things. And I think the things that I'm very neurotic about is what made me a good stage manager. Not to brag on myself, but I think I was a pretty good stage manager. I hope I get back to it one day, but it's not something I'm prioritizing, at the moment, because it's COVID. I mean, it's kind of hard to have that even as an option right now. There's just too much going on, and yeah, life. So I'm gonna go ahead and exercise, but before I do, because we will weigh in at the end of this video, I want to say one thing. I just drove across the entire United States. I managed to make myself still try to stay on my P90X schedule, and have now missed a day, but even still. And I don't really give a crap how much weight I didn't lose or did lose, because it's more important to me that I have kept it up. Like, there are a lot of ways I'm not trying my hardest. Like, if I was still and at home in Berkeley or settled somewhere for a while, then I could pump it up with some extra stuff. I could pump it up with some walking. I could be doing other things that are activity based, and like, I don't have time for it. Like, in my brain, with all the things I have to do while I'm here in Maryland, the only thing I have space for I mean, besides eating well and trying not to slip into eating too much junk, but that's almost like, I mean, that's something you have to deal with 24 hours a day, every day. It's not something I need to break down into parts. But with exercise, it's really, really simple. Make sure I play that video once a day. Make sure I find a space where I can play that video and do that exercise routine. And I'm not really prioritizing anything else. So literally, if I've lost no weight by the time I weigh in 2 days from now, it is okay. I really don't give a crap. I care that I have not missed a day, and that's why I feel really bad about yesterday, because I did miss a day. And that's my priority, is that I stay an active person. And my easy way of doing it, as much as people have told me like this is the hard way to do it, my easy way of doing it is knowing I have this DVD program, I have a specific assignment for that day, and I complete that assignment. And that's the priority. That's all I got to say about that. I'm going to go exercise now. You guys are going to rewind and watch the beginning of the week. And by the next time you see me, it'll be Sunday. Alright, so I am at the end of phase 2 of P90X. That means I have to, well, I don't have to, I completely ignore it. I don't have to do anything. This is when I'm supposed to weigh in and measure myself. And the reason I haven't measured myself is honestly fiddling around with measuring tapes. To me, I just never get it right. I never feel like I'm consistent. I never feel like I'm getting like an accurate measurement. So I gave up on like actual like measuring tape measurements like a long time ago. So I basically just use weight every once in a while. And since I'm doing a program where they actually have weigh-in days, I'm going to use that. Now the thing is, I've been traveling. I've been sitting on my butt a lot, except for like not forcing myself because it's like, it's this marker that I can give, but, except for like scheduling myself, that sounds better, except for scheduling myself to, make sure I get these workouts in, no matter the situation, no matter how awkward it is, no matter how weird it is to be like doing exercise in the middle of a parking lot, which is what I just did. Like, I've been making myself do it, making myself check that event off, except for the one day this week that I missed it, and then I just doubled up the next day just so I was caught up by today. And I'm glad I decided to do that, because I think it would have felt bad if either I just let it go as a day missed or rearrange the schedule for it. I think neither one of those would have made me feel satisfied. It's been kind of complicated landing back in Maryland and sort of having this task to take care of. So I'm going to put that camera. It's so weird trying to point behind you. I'm going to put that camera away. That's what I was using to record my workout. And then I still have my tablet on the ground. So I'm going to put those things away. I'm going to pull out the scale, and we're just going to get a number. And honestly, if there's no loss and hopefully no gain, if it's just the same, I'm okay with that. I'd prefer there not to be a gain. I hope that there's a loss. I'm wearing way different clothes than I probably weighed in with last time. But I'm just going to let it be, you know? I'm not going to stress out over what the number is this week, because my focus has really just been, don't let there be an excuse not to do it. In general, this is also the week that I've had to face a lot of social eating being back in Maryland. So let's get the number and then we'll talk some more. So 286, so about 2 pounds less than I was last week. And honestly, I'll take it. I can't even say that I've been working the hardest that I had to work, besides making sure I didn't miss any workouts. You know, basically I kind of maintained basically. So it wasn't a large loss, but there was no gain, you know, and sometimes you just got to take, that as a win, especially right now, because life is so, complicated and really, that's sort of a part of the journey, is trying to figure out how not to lose ground. Sometimes it isn't about like 100% concentration or knocking out 1 billion pounds. That's a lot of pounds. Sometimes it's just, you know, at least I didn't lose any ground. And in fact, I gained some ground. Now, it wasn't a lot of ground, but I gained some ground, and that's a good thing. It's not highly impressive, but I didn't gain, you know, and sometimes that's all you got. Countdown to somebody telling me that if I just do keto, you'd lose a magical amount of weight. Countdown, countdown, countdown. Okay, now we're past that. Got all those comments out the way. So I don't actually feel bad about it. Like, I'm not like, you know, super, super, super excited, but I'm also not like down about it. I know, like, my steps are ridiculously low right now. Like, I'm spending so much time just sitting and driving. I've been seeing people this week. I've been trying to get my head together being back in Maryland. It's been a thing like that I've been going through. But I feel good about, you know, what has happened this week. I even feel good because I've talked about this before. There was this fear of like how I was going to handle it, because I knew hanging out with people at some point it would involve going out to eat or being invited for a meal. And I feel like every time I've been faced with food, I've actually done okay. First there was, I saw my aunt and my cousin. When was that? It's past Friday or something? I don't know. And you might be like, I just saw you in Colorado. I am still catching up to all of my travel videos getting here. But I am already in Maryland. Those videos were shot along the way. It took me a month and a half to cross the country. And I don't publish daily videos, so I filmed when there was something interesting to film, and also my Jackery videos kind of threw off the schedule because I jumped those in earlier, delaying a lot of my other travel videos that I would have published already at this point. And then I took a week off where I didn't publish any videos just because I got overwhelmed by everything that I wanted to do and needed to do. So yeah, I'm not in Colorado. I've already been in and out of Denver, but those videos will be coming out this week. For anybody who's like, wait, Maryland? Just to say that and get that out of the way. But, you know, being here has been an adjustment because I was in this go, 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 which was stressful. And then it's like, here, task, meet people, task. And so it was a different kind of stretch. There's stress is the word I'm looking for. There was a switch. There was where am I even going to go to exercise? Where am I going to stay? Like, I didn't know where I was going to sleep once I got here, and I knew I was still going to be sleeping in the van. So like, I'm still sleeping on the van. I'm still finding stealth parking in the area. I've actually found a nice little nook to stay in while I'm near the storage unit. So I found some place I can stay in the van. It's not somebody's house or driveway or anything, where I'm not too far from the storage unit, which is not in Maryland, actually. It's not, sorry, it is in Maryland. It's not in Baltimore City. It's in one of the surrounding counties. It's not directly in Baltimore City. In fact, I didn't get into Baltimore City until I'd been here almost a week. Or a few days. I don't know. I just got into Baltimore City this weekend, but I was already in Maryland last week. So there's been a lot going on and a lot of figuring and stuff. And so the fact that I was just able to get my exercises in through this transition, through rushing here, through everything. I'm going to count it as a win that I lost 2 pounds and didn't gain any weight. And like, that was my fear. I thought maybe I gained some weight, but I was going to talk about social eating. So I saw my aunt and my cousin, and then she took me over to my other aunt's house, and this is all on my father's side of the family, which is a whole complicated story. But long story short, while I was there was a veggie plate, so I had a couple of veggies and some ranch dressing being the biggest, like, fatty factor there. I did not eat any candy, or even there were even chips sitting around and I didn't touch them. So I considered that a win. Like, I got in and out of that situation without any food that I took on as like a highly problematic situation. I went to see a friend in Baltimore, and another friend also came over for dinner while I was there, and she had some pasta with some shrimp and some veggies in it. And so, I know, carbs, evil carbs. So I had that. I did not eat any like dessert items or any sweets, and they were certainly available. I had one, generous serving and did not go back for a second serving, even though it tasted really good, because I was full. So I indulged without overindulging. And I mediated sort of the situation. And she even asked me, luckily she asked me before she made dinner, did this work with my diet, and I have no specific carb restrictions, so I was like, cool, pasta. I haven't had pasta in forever, so I was like, yeah, I'll take some pasta. I haven't had pasta in forever. So I had pasta there, and then today I saw my college roommate, Valerie. And we went to a place that we used to go to in the area of where we used to live for school. And I bought myself it was like a salmon sandwich or something. And that's what it was. I don't know why I'm saying or something. It was a salmon sandwich. And that's pretty much the only like meal I even had those days. Like, I had oatmeal for breakfast, and then I had that other thing. So I had like oatmeal for breakfast, Genevieve's dinner, and whatever I drank that day, which was mostly water, hot tea, my usual. And the same thing happened today. Like, and I'm like so full from that one meal, like I'm not gonna eat anything else before I go to bed. So like, I've been able to feel comfortable in some controlled social eating situations. I didn't gain any weight, and I'm sort of wrapping my head around getting stuff done. I feel like next week I'm going to go into it much more organized and focused than I have been this past week. And so I am feeling good, possibly better than I should feel, having only lost 2 pounds in a month. Really, I just feel like I maintained and I didn't gain. I like that 2 pounds is whatever, because 2 pounds is such a variable. And tomorrow I could weigh myself and be like 288. So, I'm not taking that as like a huge like win in the loss column so much as a win in the I didn't gain column. And right now, that's much more important to me. I think I'm going to stay a little bit stressed until the storage unit is actually cleaned out. You will still be seeing videos this week coming out from my travels here. Because like there's no way I could have kept up with those as they were happening. I was just filming, and sort of I store the files and then I edit, in the order that things happened. And the only thing out of sequence is these, because these are real time. So by the time you see this on Monday, this is where I was this past week. And I've been vague about where I've been like the last couple of weeks when I checked in, because I think like last week last weekend, I was just outside of Maryland. I hadn't actually crossed the border into Maryland yet. I was in Virginia. But I got into Maryland last week. And it's just been a lot. One, trying to catch up with my travel videos. Two, getting to the storage unit. I didn't even know if I had the key. I found the key. I had to get a new code. It was like a whole thing, going in the storage unit and realizing it was going to be like a bigger job than I thought it was going to be. And then still trying to find time for my exercises. And that one day that I missed it, and I really like stressed out. Like, I was so mad at myself when I missed that workout. And then after I made it up, I just felt so much better. This is the recovery week of phase 2. And so Monday or Tuesday, because Monday is the rest day, Tuesday, starts phase 3 of P90X. And honestly, I'm ready for P90X to be done. I'm really excited to do, Turbo Jam after this. I'm going to do a Turbo Jam, I think Chalene Extreme mix or something like that. I already have it marked out. Like P90X I did for the challenge of it. The challenge of keeping that up. The challenge of the length of the workouts. Etc., etc. And I think that has been good for me. I've gained strength. I've gained flexibility that I did not have before. And all of that feels so good. Like, that feels so good. Dawn, if you just do keto, you'd lose 1 billion pounds. I can hear them in the comments. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else for this video. It's fine. It's all good. I'm moving forward, and it's about not letting life stop me from goals that I set. And my goal was to do P90X and see what the results were. Not a weight goal. Like, I don't have a weight goal right now because I don't want to focus on that right now. I'll see you in the next video.